Today we're making cowboy beans. If you haven't heard of cowboy beans yet, you are missing out. It's a bunch of beans, beef, and bacon, and it tastes amazing. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm with eatingonadime.com. Welcome to my sister Carrie's kitchen. If you are new here, my sister Carrie and I are on a mission to teach real families how to make real food at home, especially on a budget. And today I'm going to show you how to make this easy cowboy beans recipe. And my favorite part is it's all made in one pot and it is packed with flavor. This is a great meal that's going to feed your family and it's very affordable. I've linked today's full recipe in the description below, as well as all the utensils and all that I'm looking. So make sure to check that out. So a lot of this is made on the stovetop. My biggest tip when cooking on the stovetop is to get everything ready and at arm's reach because it goes pretty quick once you're over there. So first we are going to get together our onion. For this recipe, I am using a yellow onion and you need the whole thing and you want it diced up. Now we had some that were partially used in the refrigerator. So of course, use what you have first. That's going to save you the most money in your kitchen. And I am using our veggie chopper to chop this up quickly today. Love this thing, swear by it. It's on Amazon, it's affordable, it's a game changer, especially when dicing up onions. So when you dice up onions, you want to quarter them before putting them in the veggie chopper. And then I always say, like, put the triangle point down, press it into the veggie chopper blade, and smash it down. And then you have beautifully chopped diced onions. Now, if you don't have a veggie chopper, you can just chop this up with your knife. That's perfectly fine as well. I just like this little tool because it speeds it up. And it makes it nice and small. Like, I don't think I could get it that small with just my knife. Before we go to the stovetop, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit because we're going to finish these beans off in the oven. Preheat a large Dutch oven over high heat. So you want to use a pan that can go from the stove to the oven, and you want one big enough to hold all the beans. So this Dutch oven works perfectly. Once the pan is nice and hot, we're going to add some bacon. You want 8 ounces of bacon for this recipe. We're going to cook it first. I like to use raw bacon because you guys have seen me use the pre-cooked bacon all the time, but I want the bacon grease for this bean recipe. So we're going to just layer this all in and cook till it's nice and tender. Sorry guys, I said tender, I meant crispy. I'm used to talking about veggies in the pan, so my bad. And you might have to cook in batches just depending on how big your pan is. So once it starts to get nice and brown, go ahead and flip it and we're gonna brown the other side as well. I like just flipping it in this bacon grease and make it nice and crispy. So you want it cooked through to the tenderness that you like, but you want it easy to chop. I wouldn't worry about it getting all the way done because we're going to cook this bacon in with the beans in the oven, and so it will get all the way done. But if you like crispy bacon, then cook it till it gets nice and crispy. So once it's nice and cooked through, go ahead and remove it to a plate lined with paper towels. Now I have a couple batches of bacon, so I'm going to do my remaining and get it all cooked up. Once your bacon is cooked, we're going to drain off most of this grease. You want to leave a little bit to cook that onion in. Once the bacon is cooked through, drain off most of the grease, but leave a little bit to cook the onion in. Okay, we left a little bit of grease and then add that diced onions to the pan. And now we are going to saute these until they get tender. So a couple minutes. While that onion is sauteing, let's go ahead and chop up this bacon. So you do want to let it cool slightly because it'll be easier to chop. I'm going to just transfer it to a cutting board. And then if you use a nice big knife like this one, it's going to be real easy to just slice that bacon up. Okay, so this will be ready to add to the beans. Once the onion is nice and soft, add in a pound of lean ground beef. I am using 93.7. And then add in 1 tablespoon minced garlic. You can use your own minced garlic. If you're gonna mince your own, do about 3 cloves minced. And we're just gonna break this up and let this brown in with the onions. So when browning the ground beef, I think it's best to let it set. we really want to go in and just start breaking it up. And it is good to break it up, but if you let it set, it gets that nice brown flavor. Now we're going to come in with this lovely meat chopper. I'm obsessed with it. If you don't have one, that's like $2. I've even seen them at the dollar store, but it works great. I use this thing on everything, not just my ground beef, you know, like anything that needs to be chopped up. I'm getting my meat chopper out. So go ahead and just break it up, and you want it nice and cooked through, and you want to cook it till it's no longer pink. So this is still looking pink, so I'm going to let it cook a little bit longer. So while that beef is browning, I'm going to go ahead and get the beans ready. We want to rinse and drain 1 can of white beans. I'm using Cannellini. Not sure if I said it right. You guys can let me know in the comments. But I like to drain them in the strainer and then rinse them off. Now we're going to do a can of kidney beans as well, or red beans as mine say. We're going to do the exact same thing. Now rinsing is optional, and that's just my preference on beans. But if you just want to drain them, that works as well. The other 3 cans of beans that we're going to add is pork and beans, and we do not rinse those or drain them. Once it's nice and brown, go ahead and turn off the heat. And then if you have like lots of grease floating around, drain that off so that your mixture is not greasy. Since I use that lean beef, I'm not seeing anything and it looks perfect. I'm so excited already. Now add in those nice drained and rinsed beans. Then add in 3 cans of pork and beans. Now these, remember, we're not draining and we're not rinsing. These are about 15 ounces each if you're curious, but always go and look at our recipe. We got it all there for you guys, don't worry. Then add in that chopped bacon. Now we're going to add in all of our flavor and seasoning. First, 1 cup of barbecue sauce. Any will work. Any that you have is fine. We have a homemade version that I'll link in the description below for you as well. Then add in a half a cup of ketchup. Again, whatever kind you like. 1/4 cup brown sugar for that sweetening, light or dark, it does not matter. And then a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Everyone say it with me now. Worcestershire, Worcestershire, Worcestershire sauce. Then 1 tablespoon Dijon Mustard. And then just a little bit of seasonings. We're going to do a tablespoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and then 1 full teaspoon of salt. Stir to combine all the ingredients. Then place it in your oven. Make sure it's uncovered, and we're going to let it cook in there for 45 minutes. Okay, it's ready. So when it cooks, it's going to get brown on the top, but that's fine. I like to give it a good stir before serving, and it's perfect. So I love when it gets dark like that because it adds a ton of flavor. And then once you stir it, it starts looking a little bit normal. So don't be scared or intimidated by the look, and it gets a little more saucier once you combine it all together. It looks amazing. And then it's ready to serve up. Now, this is a very hearty meal. It's very filling and very hearty. You don't need a ton of sides. I like to do a little cornbread with it. I think it tastes great. It's great to crumble the cornbread on top and adds a ton of flavor as well. Now, if you like spice, you can always serve with a little bit of hot sauce, and that's great in this as well. Now it's time to eat it, friends. Okay, sorry, we got a fly in here. 'Tis the season for flies. You guys get them in your house too. If you do and you have a good trick, let me know below because it is crazy around summertime here in Oklahoma. All right, let's give this a try. So good. I love it. Okay, I just got hazed real bad for using a fork for this. So let me know below too if you guys would eat this with a fork or a spoon. I'm a fork girl. I don't know why. So anytime I can use a fork, I will use one, but let me know what you guys, my sister and the IT guy both said they would eat this with a spoon. Either way, it's really good. It's great to take to a friend's house for a barbecue. It's great for a cozy night in. It's perfect. It's awesome. And it has so much flavor. And you can easily switch out the beans to any of your favorite. I love using the combination of the red beans and the white beans, but you can easily use any that you love. Don't forget, I've linked this recipe below. I hope you guys try it out and let me know what you think. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe. That way you're always notified when we post a recipe and you never miss one of our easy recipes that you can make at home. Until then, guys, I hope you eat at home. I hope you try these cowboy beans and let me know what you think. I will see you guys next time in my sister's kitchen. Bye, friends.